Hey second graders, we are here with our second lesson on shapes, our geometry lesson. We're going to be dealing with some of the same stuff we talked about yesterday and just diving a little bit more deeper into 3D shapes, really focusing on three-dimensional solids and even showing you guys some real life examples. So let's first check out our page that we have, our model and draw page. These are three-dimensional shapes. Here we have a cube, which we talked about yesterday, kind of being like the 3D version of a square, right? Like all of the sides are squares on all sides. And I bet you could show me a real life example.
I actually brought one with me. So we talked yesterday about how when I'm playing a game, it reminds me of the dice. So I actually brought one with me. So there's 6 sides on here, and they're all squares. So I bet if students went home and they looked, they could probably find some cubes around their house too.
Oh yeah, sweet. We also have a rectangular prism, which is similar to a cube, except some of the sides are stretched out like a rectangle. Do you have an example of one?
Yeah, so I have a box of Pocky snacks. If you ever had those, they're pretty good, covered in chocolate. But most boxes that you might have hiding at home or in your pantry are actually rectangular prisms. So cereal boxes, spaghetti boxes, anything like that, you could probably take a look and find a lot of rectangular prisms around the house. Rectangles here, here, and even though this looks like a square, I think if we measured it, they would almost be all rectangles.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And like another way you know that it's not a cube is that these sides are super skinny and these sides are really wide, so they can't all be the same size.
No, because a cube has to have all sides being a square, not just a couple.
All right, we also have a sphere, that really hard word to pronounce, sphere, which just happens to be what the Earth is, a sphere. Do you have an example of one?
Yeah, I just have a wooden ball. So even a soccer ball, not a football.
Not a football.
But a soccer ball, a basketball, a baseball, a bouncy ball, all of those would be called spheres.
Awesome.
It's easier to say ball, but the correct word is sphere.
Next we have a cylinder, which has I didn't mention this before, but I should. All of these have flat surfaces. Ooh, that's really important, you guys.
It is.
All of these are really flat. But our sphere, if you remember what Ms. Marquardt just showed you, these are curved surfaces. And I'm noticing my cylinder also has a curved surface.
It does.
Can you show us an example?
Yeah, so here's my example of a cylinder. So a flat circle for the bottom, a flat circle for the top, and then one curved surface around.
Wow, so this had only curved surfaces.
Correct.
These two had only flat surfaces. And the sphere has a mixture of flat and curved surfaces.
Absolutely.
Wow, impressive. Our last shape on this page is a cone, which if we remember is kind of like a party hat you would wear on somebody's birthday. And I'm noticing that the cone also has a mixture of curved and flat surface on the bottom.
Yeah, there's a circle at the bottom of a cone, just like there's a circle at the bottom of a cylinder.
Very cool.
The only difference is that a cone comes to a point, and a cylinder does not.
Awesome. All right, the next thing it asks us as part of the example is which of these objects has the shape of a cube? And they actually circled it for us. So they gave us this cone-shaped item, this item that kind of looks like a sphere, and this block, which is in the shape of a cube. Oh, right there. So they just wanted you to read the directions. I think it would be really cool if you guys circled the name of the shape that you were supposed to be looking for, and then you went and circled the object that is the same shape. Let's take a look at some of the ones you need to do on your own that are not already circled for you. Okay. And I'm not going to circle this, but we'll walk them through it.
Okay.
Okay. So, circle the objects that match the shape name. Here, it says sphere.
That's that tricky one.
So if you don't know from memory, you can always come back up here and look for the picture of a sphere or look on your reference sheet.
Check this out.
Okay, look at this. It's a completely curved surface. There's no flat surfaces. Here are the items we have to choose from. A dice, a basketball, and what looks like possibly a cup. It's really bad copy quality on that.
It's not that one.
No, it's not that one.
Not that terrible
So,
photocopy.
would a sphere be this dice, which you already gave an example of,
Yeah.
or this basketball?
Hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, I know the answer, but are we supposed to tell them?
I think they'll know the answer.
I think they should probably circle that one.
Yeah. All right, let's look down at number 2. Number 2 says a cube. This one might be a little trickier
Yeah.
because I automatically know that it's probably not the can of soup because that looks like the cylinder.
Right. But those other two are really similar.
Yeah.
And they both have 6 sides that we talked about.
And they're all flat surfaces.
They're all flat, and I can also see squares on both of them.
Yeah. But one of them, a cube, we know a cube has all sides the same shape. All squares on every side that are the same shape.
And the other one would have been a rectangular prism, and that means some of those flat sides are rectangles.
So whichever one you think is the cube, we want you to circle. I'm not going to tell you.
No.
You can do it on your own.
Let's not tell them. And instead, we could take a look at the other side.
Yeah. Will you erase this while I flip it over?
Would love to.
All right. Here we're doing the same exact thing, but some of these have more than one object that we can circle. Okay. So circle the objects. There's an S here because there might be more than one thing you're circling that match the shape thing. So here we have a cylinder.
Tricky.
And you do have your reference sheet over there.
Okay.
Okay, you guys have to figure out. This one sort of looks like a box of something. It didn't copy really well, but if I were to like extend it out, it would look kind of like that.
Yeah, or a book.
Or maybe a book, yeah. I didn't do a great job, but you get the picture.
And
So, do you think there's one cylinder here, or are there more than one, Miss Marquardt?
One.
Just
Uno.
one. And I'm not going to tell you which one it is.
Nope.
Now let's take a look at number 4. Rectangular prism.
I think there's 2.
I think there's 2 in that one.
They need
so
to find it.
2 out of 3 of these are rectangular prisms. Now let's look here. This one didn't copy well either, so I am going to finish that one. This one says cone.
It looks like what you just drew is a cone.
Could there possibly be a second one?
Yeah, it looks like there's another one.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't think it's the balloon.
I hope so too.
Not that one.
And finally, a cube. And it's looking to me like there might only be one cube
Yeah,
there.
just one. They can do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Without any hints.
definitely.
All right, let's make sure they understand number 7.
Yes.
It says circle the shapes that have a curved surface.
Yes.
So not a straight surface, but it at least has a curved surface.
Yeah.
Draw an X on the shapes that do not have a curved surface.
Should we do one of each for them just so they know what it looks like?
Yeah, and I was thinking I could even remind them that when I held up my can of soda, this cylinder had one curved surface going all the way around the object.
Uh-huh.
And there was another shape, a couple, that had curved surfaces.
Yep.
My imaginary party hat
Uh-huh.
had a curved surface, and even my wooden ball.
Yep. So your job is to circle the shapes that have a curved surface, even if only one of the shapes surfaces is curved and the other one is flat. Any curved surfaces, it needs to be circled. Which one of these should we circle?
Okay, well, I'm noticing that this sphere has a curved surface, so we should circle that one.
Okay. All right. And draw an X through the shapes that do not have curved surfaces, only flat surfaces.
Okay, I know that this cube does not have a curved surface. They are all flat surfaces. So let's put an X on that one.
Are they done if they only do those 2?
They are not done. They have to either circle or put an X on every single shape that is in that box.
Okay,
in order
so
to be finished.
if they turn in this math page and all they've done are these 2, you're
Wrong.
not going to have gotten it right. Yeah. We're
it's
going to
going
give
to
you
be wrong.
points down if you didn't finish the page, huh?
You have to do the whole thing.